Oh, yes, my people. Welcome back to another edition of the Reggae Boyz Weekly. Once again, thank you guys for being here on this lovely Sunday. Before I go much further into the show today, we have a ticket giveaway. 2 tickets will be given away to the callers, and it's for the upcoming game this Friday at the National Stadium. Jamaica will face off against Cuba in the opening game of the Nations League. So stick around for that as well, people. Yeah, and we have some juicy topics to talk about today. So also stick around. We also have the star of the week, and I will not make the mistake of revealing who the star or punk of the week is, in which I did. Oh, see, Dicanio, go ahead. He went ahead and do it, people, because I'm prone to make mistakes still. But anyways, people, stick around for the star of the week at the end of the show. And if you're just joining us, people, you can also like, share, and subscribe. Dicanio, how are you doing? I see you in your Arsenal top. What's going on?
That is it, that is it, bro. Team clean, you know, I bought this jersey, this a road, my father, them forward in welcome, see, you see me? Biggest side, this a road, kiss the batch from, biggest side, you see me, bro? So, yeah, that will go on.
Biggest side? Where?
Yeah, brother, I bought this side, this like champagne football. Let's go.
Not so much champagne against Brighton. It was more like Coca-Cola or Pepsi out of a can. You know what I'm saying?
Referee boy, they forgot hell, brother.
But, you know, as I say, it's a good thing to be back here. Once again, people, if you're just joining us, as I said before, you can go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Before me introduce the topics, people, you can also send us a super chat if you like. But before me introduce the topics, let me give you guys the big bad intro. Yes, people, rise up. So, pertaining to the topics to the people, some big news coming outside of England surrounds the coach of the Reggae Boyz team, or the Jamaica national team, Steve McClaren. Now, it's been reported by The Sun, it's been reported by One Football, as well as Sport Bible, and many different publications, right, surrounding a mystery player. Well, not a mystery player, somebody that we all know, Eddie Nketiah, stating that Steve McClaren basically wants Eddie Nketiah. So that's one of the topics that we have to discuss today. Well, that's one of the topics that we have to discuss today. We're also going to touch on Kaheim Dixon, as he trained with the Charlton Athletic first team before they played their game this weekend, which they lost that game, right, Dicanio? Charlton lost that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, Kaheim Dixon did train with the first team leading up to that game, so that's a good sign for Kaheim Dixon. So we're definitely going to talk about that and his future. Also going to talk about the squad that was selected for the upcoming game for the Cuba and the Honduras game. And which other topic we have to discuss today as well? Leon Bailey, Unai Emery confirmed the hamstring injury. No, the last time Leon Bailey had a hamstring injury, he was out for 17 days, but that was like couple years ago when he was at Leverkusen, and he missed 2 games, and the Reggae Boyz, they have 2 games coming up as well. So will he miss those 2 games? We're going to touch on that and look at what the article is saying surrounding that. However, you watch the United game versus Liverpool, you see how United play good?
You're fast dog, like you drink an extra rum cream before you fall for the show. United play what? United play which good? I sweetest thing that one horny slot. And it's tricky rates.
I slap the man name, brother. Slap the man
name Horny Slot, brother. And it's tricky rates, brother. Man, you can't cope with Liverpool, dog.
No, man. No, I play Liverpool in a FIFA. I play good against them, man. Beat them, you see me?
15 goals that no boy Salah can say idiot side, brother.
How much Salah score against Arsenal? How much goal?
The man have so much goal, I know that for sure. That me I try to tell you, brother. Doctor, and pick up yourself. That I say you play for 2 minutes, brother. 2-minute man.
Yeah, listen, I forgot to play Liverpool in a football manager and this man to them people. You see me I say? Matter of fact, when I check my football manager results and tell now what's going on. Let me see if we beat Liverpool. But go and take over show and tell them the results. 1 second.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna just go and take some comments here. Smurfs, pick up yourself. Activity. We're active. Young Cryptic. No, he has he does not have Nigerian background. He has Ghanaian background. But news came out from the Sun in UK, and that's the topic that we're going to cover as it relates to Eddie Nketiah, and potential representing Reggae Boyz, its teams. We know that he had Ghanaian descent, and he could represent Ghana. He was actually contemplating whether he should go and represent Ghana for the past World Cup. None of we never know about this Jamaican stuff, but the Sun is trusted in the UK, and they publish an article. So yeah, we are going to tackle it. We are going to look into it. Here.
Let me just say this though. I check my football manager results, people, and Liverpool beat me 2 times in season. 1-0, 1-0. 1-0 in the home and away game. You see me, I says I can't manage them even at the game, people. You see me?
Yeah, let me just take the merits of comment here. CC Sports Lab, how does Nketiah qualify to represent for Jamaica? As he said, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get into that later, fam. I basically just explain it with this young cryptic comment. Smurf, yeah, idiot, you know that. But I lie, Jota love score for Arsenal, dog. No jokes, bro. Yes, but yes, we do one last comment. Young cryptic look like he might have come at up here. Young cryptic, we do know that both of his parents have Ghanaian descent. Again, this is not coming from us. The Sun in UK has posted an article about Steve McClaren wanting him. So we're going to tackle that article and rubbish whatever claim, if it is true or whatever. We're going to talk about it. You see me?
So, yeah, I have some information surrounding that as well to dispel those rumors or the article that is at hand that we're going to discuss. But just take off the comment from please. I'm just getting on the show. So want to talk about Kaheim Dixon first, because Kaheim Dixon did train with the Charlton Athletic first team leading up to this weekend, right? However, he didn't feature and he was not on the bench as well, right? However, this is Kaheim Dixon on screen. And, you know, it's a good sign to see Kaheim Dixon in training. And he was training with the first team as well. And I mean, you know, reading different articles surrounding Kaheim Dixon, it looks like that they have big plans for Dixon, because even when he was officially unveiled, you know, they were talking about how they can help him to improve as a player, etc., etc. So, you know, for me, I think he's well and truly in the plans for this Charlton Athletic team. And as we all know, Kaheim Dixon was called up to the Reggae Boyz squad for the upcoming Nations League and the upcoming Nations League games surrounding Cuba and Honduras, one at home and one away. So it's a good thing for Kaheim Dixon to be training with the first team. Now he will head back to Jamaica. Hopefully he can get some minutes, because that will do him well in terms of getting up to fitness levels, etc., etc. Seeing that I don't think Kaheim Dixon had a preseason, but I know that I read something that before he got his work permit, he was at Charlton in and around the squad, and I think they said that he was exercising, all those type of stuff, hitting the gym. So that's a good thing. So if Kaheim Dixon can get minutes against Cuba and against Honduras and then head back to England, hopefully he can get some minutes, you know, get a debut sooner rather than later. And I think Charlton, they play on the 17th, I believe. I think I read that. Is it the 17th? Let me just double check, people. I think it was the 17th, you know. Just one quick second, people. Leave your thoughts in the comment section surrounding Dixon. I did check it. I think Charlton plays on the 17th. Wait 1 second, people. Let me see. Yeah, they play on the 17th. Oh, no, hold on. No, they play on the 14th. But I think Jamaica has a game on that day, I believe. I said Dicanio?
No, I think I went Jamaica have a game.
Honduras game.
But don't forget the championship run during the break.
They want to run during the break. Oh, sorry, people. So Honduras plays on the 10th. No, Jamaica play Honduras on the 10th, and then
brother,
Charlton has a game on the 14th. So by then, Kaheim Dixon will be back in England at Charlton. It's just whether or not he will get his debut at that time, because that's when he will officially return for his club. So for me, you know, if Dixon can get some minutes in these 2 upcoming games, exactly, that would do good for him as well. You know, being on the bench. But, you know, the whole traveling and all them type of thing there, and, you know, you play the 10th and then you have to travel back and you have game the 14th. You have to be back in training before that. You get me, I say? So, Kaheim Dixon just have to hold him head down and kind of just work hard and acclimatize himself to England, etc., etc. But, you know, even with Kaheim Anderson coming over as well, traveling with him, you know, that's good chemistry for those 2 players, you know, and Kaheim Anderson helping Kaheim Dixon, and then they both head back to Charlton. So, at least him have somebody from the club who has been there before and, you know, kind of help him feel like settling and them type of thing there. You see me, I say? So, what people that must say about Kaheim Dixon in the comment section. Smurf, big up yourself. This person said Jamaica should be tapping up the mixed race and full-blooded Jamaicans that were born in the UK and Europe. Smurf said, like up the stream. Smurf said the Sun isn't the only source who has been reporting. Yeah, you have Sport Bible and you have I think there's a next one football as well. Richard T. Brown said the Sun isn't a respectable paper at all. It's one of the worst. Very racist to us. Jam Bricks. I'm from the UK. Trust me. Yeah, definitely. The Sun isn't trusted, but you have once in a blue moon things where the Sun get right. Not saying that they got it right on this occasion. You get me? I say, but I remember them doing a report recently. I don't remember who it was around. It was around a manager leaving a job, I believe. And they did get that right. They did actually get that right, But that's it surrounding Kaheim Dixon. So once again, people, this was Kaheim Dixon in first team training before the game that Charlton Athletic played over the weekend. And Charlton, they have how many? They played 4 games so far this season, 3 wins and 1 loss, and they're sitting 6th in the EFL League One table with teams like Wrexham and so above them, I believe. Yeah.
And I think, bro, sometimes some club just salt up themselves, bro. The man they win 3 in a row, must keep 3 clean sheets or something like that, and they make one video about them farm. Just Lord make it happen, dog. The man them hype up themselves another 3 games, dog, and see that the man them go lose. Me I say, yo, John, dog. John. I see the video on them IG, dog. Me I say, yo, you. Why on the jinx it? Man will move like Trey from Man U, dog.
Who?
The Trey youth, brother.
Yo, bad man.
Good man, you page. And the salt in the youth.
The man that Twitter fan, dog, you see me? The man that have more appearances on Twitter than their Old Trafford. But big up Trey still.
Before we go in on the next topic, then we will tackle this one just for around 5 minutes. Smurf, big up yourself. Do you guys think Damion Lowe deserves a national call-up? Big up yourself, Money Pro Music. No, that man is supposed to be that side for me, based on ability. When I rate Damion Lowe based on ability, he's a leader in the national team, and I don't think the national team is only picked based off ability, because at the end of the day, for 2 games, 24 men have to play, and you don't need 24 men to play 2 games. So as it relates to leadership, he's the vice captain of the team, such and such and such, a familiar face that everyone knows around the place. I would say maybe he deserves a call-up based on that. You don't need 24 talented players, for especially defenders, to play 2 matches against Cuba and Honduras. So I would say he deserves this call-up. But going forward, and even when we reach the World Cup, we don't want to see that man in the national team at all. He's not good enough in my eyes. And by that time, the team should be selected based off quality. Because World Cup, no matter who, you have to have quality along with the leadership. And I think we have enough leaders in the team for bench Damion Lowe by the time that for forward we are going to have Ethan Pinnox. Leon Bailey hopefully will be back as a leader in the team. Amari Bailey is the captain Luton. We have a whole lot of leaders. Andre Blake is a leader as well. So this leadership card, I think, will run out sooner rather than later. But for these lower teams, every team has an A team and a B team. And I think Damion Lowe, going forward, should be a part of that B team setup. So I wouldn't say completely take him out of the national team setup. But I think we should slowly phase him out. You see me?
How old is Damion Lowe? But I'm 30.
Around 31 now. I got 32.
I mean, personal for me, as I'm going with what Steve McClaren said, he wants continuity, or he was looking for continuity. So I never really expect him to forward in on his first assignment and just like scrap everything from the Copa America squad. And as he said, Marion Garden kind of helped him with picking these players, and he himself was looking for continuity. So to bring continuity, you obviously put the Damion Lowe, Ethan Pinnock, and 18 other, or just the 18 players from the Copa America, excluding some. You take 18 from the Copa America and then you replace them with, you put on 5 more, which the five players were new players, right? Bailey, Norman Campbell, Adrian Reed. Who the next 2? Yeah, you have 2 more. Amari Bell. I have a next one. Can't remember the next one. But yeah. So talk about that. So remember the next one. But yeah, so for me, Damion Lowe getting back into the team. No, but the question is, now that he gone all the way over Saudi Arabia, how will the selection process go? I mean, Demarai Gray still getting picked. So if he's still playing good football, Damion Lowe, by the time him start kick a ball for the Saudi team, I don't know if him start kick a ball, then he can get back into the team. I get me, I say. I think Damion Lowe will be on the plane to go to the World Cup if we qualify. Trust me. You don't think so?
It'll be a 26-man squad. Because remember, said these international tournaments are start with 26-man squads.
Oh, 26.
Especially due to the fact that Champions League extend to how much more games now. They might give the teams them that option in huge tournaments to carry a 26-man squad. So I think you might even find a thing because by them time the Antonio go wash up. And by them time the Damion Lowe worse go wash up. So I think it'll be between the two of them as an experienced pick to make the team. You can't bring the two of them. You're going to be wasting another talent that is going to be around. Then, in my opinion...
What if Antonio scored like 10 goals this season at the Prem? Sam scored like 15 goals overall this season. Then he's well on his way to the World Cup. Maybe. You never know.
You're going to have one more year to go. So you have to keep that fan. You have to keep that. Remember 2024 now. So even if you have a good season, you have to keep that going another season, which is highly unlikely. You see me? But maybe we go into the other topics. We just don't want to delve off another one. Big up yourselves first.
And people, big up on yourself again. CC, big up yourself. Just want to say thank you for the continuous support. And with me saying that, people, would I just appreciate if you like the video, subscribe if you're new or if you're old, and share the video and leave your thoughts in the comment section as well. And in the meantime, people, let me just pull up the next topic. And as the host of the show, people, I have to do better. What the next topic be again, Dicanio?
Next one we are going to start off with Dixon, where I'm going to touch into the Bailey news.
So Leon Bailey, people, as we all know, Aston Villa faced off against Leicester City at the King Power Stadium yesterday in the English Premier League, beating them 2-1 with goals coming from Andre. No, sorry. My name's not Andre, mate. Amadou Onana. And who was the second goal scorer for Villa? Ali Watkins did score, or did Ramsey?
Remember that. I need to watch.
Think out of Watkins or Ramsey, to be honest, did score now. Can't remember still. But anyways, because when Bailey gets substituted, I say, yeah, man, I'm going to do something more productive here, right? You see me, I say,
Duran.
Oh, Duran. Yeah, man, Duran. What's time do you want him? Top striker, top player. So Duran and Amadou Onana scored, a.k.a. my name's not Andre, mate. But anyways, players said that Bailey got injured, right? Now, bad thing, especially seeing that he got selected for the upcoming 2 games against Cuba and Honduras. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the back of a good form of last season as well, could definitely add something to this team, contrary to popular belief. Now, there's an article from Birmingham Live, and the headline is Unai Emery gives Leon Bailey and Jadon Philonji injury updates after Villa's win at Leicester. Now, the article reads, Unai Emery has confirmed Leon Bailey picked up a hamstring injury in the first half of Aston Villa's 2-1 win over Leicester City, but is hopeful Jadon Philonji will be available after the September international break. Let me just skip through let me see. Bailey came off early in the first half after lunging to try and block a pass in the final third. He called for assistance from the medical team before coming off the pitch. He was replaced by Jacob Ramsey, who grabbed the assist for Villa's opening goal of the game as he rolled the ball across the box for Amadou Onana to convert from close range. It was a well-worked set piece that handed Villa the advantage before then that. Oh, sorry. Guess it's not working up. I get anyone. Before John Duran came off the bench to double the lead in the 67th minute. So, once again, Unai Emery basically confirmed that Leon Bailey did sustain a hamstring injury. Now, I had something to pull up on screen surrounding this thing, and because I want to talk to people, let me just pull up this quickly.
Yeah, bro, does it? Let's see what they must say in the comment section, All right, big up yourself, Errol Shields. I think you might talk about the whole topic with Manchester United. Until Ten Hag leaves or change his strategy / slide of play, United will not do any better. I guess whoever did predict 2-0 other night got it right, because Liverpool won 3-0. United will get it right soon. I doubt it. United are shit. You're not ready. They will not be good soon. But big up yourself, though. Yeah. People bashing Adrian Reed selection, and I'll pick on the one here, because this is hot on it too. People bashing Adrian Reed selection and the Cavaliers defender as well. Which Cavalier defender gets selected? Richard King?
Mm-hmm.
But Richard King is a regular, so people have fear bash Richard King better than Damion Lowe. That makes sure I tell me that, dog. I feel more comfortable with King in my backline than Lowe. To them, man, brother. Richard King better than Lowe to me. Me, I said that. Me, I make that clear out there. You see me? So I have no problem with Richard King being selected. And Adrian Reed Jr. and Young, why not try fight out youth being integrated into the team? We don't know the midfielders. Who are the quality midfielders, central midfielders? One who that say, one that want. So give the youth a chance to shine, bro. He got selected in the last qualifiers. The man gets selected last time, you know. And the Nations League, the man gets selected in last time. He got selected in qualifiers last time when we were facing Dominica and Dominican Republic. So let's give the youth a chance. Obviously, he's not going to be starting football matches. We have John Russell, who I expect to start under this new manager. We have Kaheim Dixon. We have Casey Palmer. So those are the heads that will be there. But it's not going to hurt the national team setup to have Adrian Reed Jr. as a 17-year-old Manning Cup player, Cavalier player. He's been a regular and in the Cavalier team for 2 years straight now, right? It takes a whole lot to do that at the age that he is. That means that he's a special talent. And clearly, after McClaren watching him against Police, as he said in his press conference, he started talent. And he said what a player he was. So what is wrong with adding him in the team, right? For having him integrated around that national team setup. And when you can't play the card like when you play with MG on me and say me want local players in it. Because I don't give 2 rat cents about local players or English-based players. I want the best players in this team. And I advocate, if you don't want to play that card, it can't go work. Because I advocate more for English-based players. I cover high-profile Reggae Boyz players on this channel, on my channel. So when you can't use the card, when you use the MG right here. It's the same thing. Allow the youth, brother. It's a chance the youth to get for grow into the setup. Allow the youth and make you get a chance to prove himself. And if him don't take the chance, then okay, where other people can forward in there. You see me? But give the youth a chance, brother. Pick up yourself, Smurf. Get some more comments. Smurf, again, I strongly agree. Shadow Strike, pick players on merit. What do you call merit, though? At the end of the day, you have to have balance in the team. May I give you a floor as well, Kishan, to talk, but you have to have balance in the team, bro. Right? You need a mixture of youth. You can't just be having experienced players that is based off merit. You need youth in the team as well. Because if you don't have youth in the team and people that are being integrated from the youth levels, how is the team going to progress over the years? You need somebody that is from the youth levels in the national team every now and then. And in a game against Cuba and Honduras, he now go play. And if we're winning by 3 goals or so, then you might see him come on and get a 5 minutes. That now kill him, that now kill the team. Say you had another experienced player. Where over the 2 games, him now go play. That just going to put more hurts in the team than having a reading at the team. You know? Think about it, Kishan. If you have our next experienced player, we are going forward, him now playing a game, how many screws and groans you going to get? But and compared to having a young player on the team, we're hungry, he might go train well, he might go try to impress. And if anything, he can get a chance and be slowly integrated. There's no hurt in having this guy in the national team, brother. He's a Premier League champion, and don't forget that. Put respect on the man name, brother. And he was a starter as well. You see me? Just show he's a youth and I move like so no one fight out the man, bad man. But you perceive.
Yeah, I mean, pertaining to Adrian Reed, listen, you know, you see, from the president, not from the presidents, I say pronounce? Presidents. Yeah, from the presidents, did set whisper the day that the team might get selected even without a club back then, and then, you know, Dixon got selected, which I wasn't against the Dixon selection. But if Dixon and Whisper could have gotten on the team, then I don't have a problem with Adrian Reed. And we have to remember enough, Kaheim Dixon is a full-blown professional now. So who is the next young player can take that spot to develop in the team? You know, Adrian Reed, you know, he's one of the best in the JPL at his age group at least. You know what I'm saying? So I really have nothing against Adrian Reed being into the squad. I've accepted that Dixon was in the squad. I'm not gonna say I was an advocate, but I didn't say anything wrong with that Dixon selection. When Whisper was in the squad, I never seen nothing, because whatever the coach decided, I just roll with it. You get me? So I can't criticize, you know. But I never really have nothing to criticize Dixon and Whisper being in the squad. The only thing we did say about Whisper being in the squad back then is that I don't really know if a national team will kind of select a player that doesn't play for our club. You get me? I say? That's the only thing we have to say. But other than that, like, share, and subscribe, people. And once again, people, thank you for the continuous support. You can send us a super chat if you like. Jairus see in the comment section. See in the comment section. If you have no comment, pull it up. But big up yourself, J-Ross. But anyways, do you want to talk about the Bailey thing? Kind of do you want like just touch back on the Leon Bailey thing? You get me? I say. Yeah, but pertaining to this whole Leon Bailey situation, people. So it's an hamstring injury was confirmed by the manager Unai Emery, and this on screen is a list of Leon Bailey's injuries over the years. You know, the last time Leon Bailey would have sustained a hamstring injury would have been back in April of 2019. He missed 70, or he was out for 17 days, I should say, and he missed 2 games for Bayern or Bayer Leverkusen, I should say. Other than that, he hasn't had a hamstring injury since then. So, you know, honestly, Dicanio, I don't know, man. I don't want to really go jump the gun and say, Bailey now go forward. You get me, I say? Because I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor in that sense. You know, I'm no physical therapist or whatever the case is.
Bro, the man out. If it's a real hamstring injury, even if it's a first degree tear, if it's a strain, then strain you look on a week. Maximum week and a half if you're not strong. If it's a first degree tear, you look on 2 weeks minimum. But again, it varies from player to player. Isn't it? So it just depends on the grade tier. If it's a strain, then he might miss the first game and can play second game. But Aston Villa would not send him, or Aston Villa would bring him come anyway. So even if it's a strain, he's out. So once Bailey is not fit to represent, I don't have any news, but from the coach come out and say it has to do with his hamstring. Even if it's a strain, the time span is too short. You see me, I've been a part of teams with players that had hamstring injury. I didn't have hamstring injuries. I had groin injuries. But I do know a lot about hamstring injuries due to my teammates getting them. You see me? So you look for a minimum 2 weeks, brother. 2 weeks. So I would say Bailey is a miss. Right now, we're supposed to talk about who I go replacing, to be honest.
That's really say, how can you say that Kaheim Dixon was developed? I don't really get what you're saying in the comment still. You understand the comment there?
No, I'm going to move forward now.
Yeah, and listen. More say something, right? It's a quick break. It's a quick advert. Take this comment over the screen, please. I see Malik left something in the comment section, right? Listen, people. How much people have on the live stream?
170.
170, right? Now, I just want to say this, people. You know, something happened recently, right? Everybody know me I talk about, you know, the live stream issue like a couple weekends ago. And, you know, a couple elders link me within the space, or just normal viewers, them link me. You get me as a people, and me see Ernest Murray and a few others, you know, me hear Ernest Murray on a different show, and I say, oh, I must apologize for my actions a couple weeks ago and whatever. Now, honestly, people, you see, as a human being, one of the hardest things to do is to apologize to people. I think everybody experienced that. Like, you do something wrong, but you just can't find yourself to apologize because you just feel like you're bigger than an apology. I feel like everybody feels that. You get me? I say? And the fact that a couple older people reach out to me and things, as I say, viewers that would be, as well as people may, you know, talk to regular who are Reggae Boyz fans, and them voice them concern over what took place recently. I just want to say, people, you know, I still feel like I'm bigger than the apology, but it's a sincere apology still. You get me? I say, but I just want to say, you know, thanks to everybody who reach out and, you know, give me some advice and them thing there, and, you know, whatever. I say Malik there for comment. So that's what I'm kind of want to talk about it, because, you know, I did talk about it on a different video or would have make separately. But I just want to say, you know, my apologies to the people. I feel like I let down enough people, to be honest. Enough people didn't link me and say, oh, Presser, you have a good thing going on, and you kind of, not say you mash it up, you know, but you kind of let me down still. You get me? I say? So, you know, I just want to say, you know, sorry for that, people. And it's a learning process still, but that's a part of life. And as I said, I just respect the elders who did reach out to me and, you know, give me a word of advice pertaining to that situation. You get me? I say, people. So, Malik, big up yourself. Owen. And, you know, Owen was a staunch supporter for the channel as well, for both of us as well. So, big up yourself, Owen. Malik saying in the comment section, it take a real man to apologize, bro. It's a weakness, but strength in my views. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I feel like I'm bigger than an apology. That's why I'm the kind of hold out still. And yeah, but I could just continue with the show, right? So big up on yourself, people. And once again, thank you for the continuous support. So what the next topic we have to deal with it now? Mash up.
Tom, we're fling right in Steve McClaren and Eddie.
Oh, yeah. So I don't want to say Leon Bailey got old people, but it looks that way still. So Just one of them things still. You get me? I say, Max City, big up yourself. So let me just transfer over to the big news where everybody want kind of touch on, right? So the Steve McClaren and the Eddie Nketiah thing, right? Put it up on screen. All right, so see it here. So for me, put it up on screen. All right, so yeah, people, let me just have it on screen. So big reports coming out of England, right? Came out of nowhere basically in the past 24 hours. So the headline from One Football is former gunner wanted for Jamaica setup despite England appearance. Now it is being reported by One Football. It was picked up by the Sun. I think the Sun broke the news first, and they have multiple other publications across England reporting this since Eddie Nketiah got the move to Crystal Palace. Now, obviously, we know that the Sun isn't a trusted source, so I just want to read the article, people, and dispel some things surrounding this, and you guys can chime in and give your thoughts in the comment section. And just wanting to note, people, Eddie Nketiah is a number 9, he's a striker, right, Dicanio? I believe? Yeah. So the article reads, Steve McClaren wants Eddie Nketiah to play for Jamaica, but Crystal Palace believe they can get him back into the England setup. The article went on to further state Eddie Nketiah, after signing for Eddie Nketiah has always previously represented England on the international stage, playing for his country from the under-18s to the first team. But with only one appearance for the senior side so far, Nketiah is still technically eligible for a change in international allegiance. Alan Nixon reports on his Patreon that Jamaica boss Steve McClaren is hoping to convince Nketiah to represent them instead. Nketiah is also eligible for Ghana. Eddie Nketiah, there's some relating to the picture. Crystal Palace are convinced that their new signing can boost. What? Crystal Palace are convinced that their new signing can boost his chances of making it back into the England squad with a run in their first team this season. Palace spent big to bring Nketiah to the club, paying 25 million plus 5 million in potential add-ons to sign the Arsenal striker this summer. They clearly believe that if he gets consistent starts, he can score as often as he used to in youth football for club and country. The striker had 35 goals and assists in 40 matches for Arsenal under-21s and 19 in 17 games for England under-21s, but he's never quite hit those heights in senior football so far. Maybe Crystal Palace is where he finally does it. So that is the report surrounding Eddie Nketiah, people. So it's saying that Steve McClaren wants Eddie Nketiah to play for Jamaica, but Crystal Palace believe they can get him back into the England setup. Now, pertaining to this article, people, right? I made a phone call to somebody, or when there's a phone call I text, I did reach out to somebody close to the matter, and I asked them about is Eddie Nketiah eligible to play for the national team, and they stated that he's not, as far as they know, he's not eligible unless this is something that is new. They also stated that on the list that they have, he's not one of the names that is on the list at this moment in time, but the person did state that unless this is something new that they don't know about. But this is the report coming out of England, and I went out to do some research, and I listened to an interview with Eddie and read some articles, and it basically stated that, or Eddie Nketiah stated that both of his parents are Ghanaian. So the big question is there any chance that he has some formal links like grandparents or something that he can represent Jamaica through?
That could be the only way, because we all know that you can be eligible to grandparents as well. So if he has any grandparent that has a passport, a Jamaican passport, then there is a possibility. But up until today, no one ever thought Eddie could play for Jamaica. It was always either Ghana or England, right? So, like Pressa said, we reached out to someone that is close to the matter, that knows the list of players that the JFF is recruiting. And that person said that Eddie's name is not on the list. So again, is either the news fake or Steve McClaren knows something we want to know. But we just don't have to put that out there, because this is something about Jamaican football and we cover Jamaican football. So we just decided to do the relevant research, and right now it doesn't seem as if that news is true. Now it could be, there is a possibility, Because at the end of the day, majority of black Jamaicans have Ghanaian descent. If a lot of people never know that, like fully black Jamaicans are Ghanaian descent. You see me? So you never know. You never know that. So maybe one of them grandparents, them they born in Jamaica and move to Ghana or something. You never know. So only time will tell. Only thing is that is nowhere near coming into fruition. I doubt Eddie has a Jamaican passport, and you know the process is for that. So if he can represent Jamaica, yeah, look for now when we qualify for World Cup that forward out. You see me? It took Omari around 2 years to sort out film papers. It take Antonio a few years as well to get everything sorted. Like most of these players, English-based players, a lot of them said that when they were doing the first interview for Jamaica, they mentioned the fact it was a common theme. They were mentioning that it took a while to get the process going. That it's not like them just say, oh, they want to play Jamaica and the next window them could have start represent. You see me? See, there's somebody in the comment section said Andre Gray took 3 years. So it takes a long process, and a majority of the time is because a lot of them, their parents are born in England, but they have that connection to their grandparents. Some of them grandparents might pass away. Some of them grandparents, as I said, might still not alive. So there are many things that they have to go through in order to prove their eligibility. Some of them might have represented another country as well, and that have to map out, and they have to get permission from FIFA, whatever, only for research has to be done. So if this is true, guys, don't expect for it to happen anytime soon. But based off what we know right now, Eddie Nketiah is not on that 50-man list of heritage players that Steve McClaren talked about the other day. So it's either the Sun, I report false news, and I try to use it as whatever they want to use it as, or Steve McClaren knows something we don't have, what we don't know, and that. You see me?
Yeah, and I just I read some stuff on the internet, and I mean, I just different, tribal football, the Sun, MSN. I think that's not MSN. The Desk, Daily Canon, Sport Bible. So are that fake, or as I said, Steve McClaren knows something we don't know. But what we do know is that Steve McClaren was in attendance for that Arsenal versus Aston Villa game, but he was there for Leon Bailey for obvious reasons in terms of getting him back into the squad. You get me? I say. So as of right now, as I say, people, I did contact somebody close to the matter, and they said that as far as they know, in terms of that list, Eddie Nketiah is not on the list unless this is something new that they are not aware of. Somebody in the comment section did say maybe my agent had something like leak or call up from like in agent that tried to for like pressure England in calling him up. But Eddie Nketiah is nowhere near call up for England unless a FIFA. You get me? I say the game I will play. Yeah.
CC Sports Lab said the Sun is reporting false news. It shows that using Jamaica to get a spot in the England national team is real.
But
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't think Eddie Nketiah can get a spot in England right now.
The Sun just a look news that. Well, as I say, there can be some level of truth to it because, as I said before, you can qualify through your grandparents. So we know that Eddie Nketiah, press a gun. But yeah, we know that Eddie Nketiah has full Ghanaian parents, right? But you can qualify through your grandparents, and based off what I know, because I was very good in school and know I go history class, right? Majority of black Jamaicans have Ghanaian heritage. So there might be a slight possibility that Eddie Nketiah's grandparents were born in Jamaica and they went to Ghana or something like that, right? We don't know. So we just have to see what happened. But as I say, as of now, there's no truth to that.
We can drop the link in the comment section now before we
go on drop the link.
And people can just join, click the link and give your thoughts surrounding the topics or anything pertaining to the national team.
So we have dropped the link, guys, and also we're doing 2 ticket giveaways today. So we have dropped the link twice, right? The first time, whoever click on the link first win themselves a ticket to the game. So I'm going to drop the link right now across both channels. Whoever click the links first, get a ticket to the game.
CC, well, based off appearance, I can't tell if somebody Jamaican or not, but I look on Eddie Nketiah girlfriend just now, and I think she have a Jamaican blood now still. So I know. And as far as I know, I'm not married either. So maybe she's Jamaican, maybe she's not. I don't know, but yeah. Let me take some more comments. I must say, why the hell it have to take so long? I mean, that's just the pickup process and thing, isn't me? Somebody, we get a caller?
Yeah, we get the first caller.
CC, big up yourself.
CC, big up, Wipery.
Yeah, man, big up, man. So my thing is that I believe that if he's married, because I know Nketiah, if he's married, he could qualify to his wife. But the reason why I said in the comment section that if Jamaica, using Jamaica is a real thing to get into the England national team, we have seen several players that have draped themselves, like Omari Hutchinson, draped themselves under the flag, and some other players that are being linked to Jamaica. For some reasons, England is now looking at them, right? So when you have the possibility of representing a next country, then that can push a player into the frame of the main country. So if England wasn't really looking at you, and then another country starts snooping around, then they would try to take the advantage of looking at that player.
Yeah, I get it from the point of view, but that now might happen for higher quality players than Eddie Nketiah, in my opinion. If you look at Eddie Nketiah and the quality that he is at as it relates to other England strikers, I don't think England would be alarmed if Eddie Nketiah is to switch allegiance. They have a whole lot of quality strikers above him. Even right now, Dominic Solanke would be above an Eddie Nketiah to me, and even to get a call up yet. So I think I understand where you're coming from, but as it relates to the level of player and where him fall in the rank of England strikers, I don't think they would be alarmed if he was to switch allegiance.
You know what I don't like though? With respect to like what Crystal Palace said in the thing where Son is reporting that Crystal Palace believes they can boost his chance to make England. And this is my problem. Crystal Palace is a club. Yes, you're an English club. But why is it that why is there a report saying that you're basically boosting the chance of a player to represent England? You should have said boost the player to play international football.
So no, man, there is. Yeah, got you. Finish.
So to me, that is a next problem or a complication that Jamaica has in acquiring some of these player services. Because the club is in their ear are saying, no man, you can still represent England. You have a still strong possibility of making the England team. While I don't think a club should be saying that into a player's ear.
Well, my response to that is I don't think the club are doing it just because the club wanting to play for England. Remember, clubs are always against countries as it relates to letting their players go. No club realistically wants to let their players go because they always risk injury, and when they come back, it affects the club. So I don't think at all that they're telling him that because they want him for representing. The reason why they're doing it is because they know that that's one of his goals, or he might have mentioned that one of his goals is to play regular football so that he can break into the England national team. So that's the reason why they are using that as a selling point, because I'm in sales. So I can tell you they are using that as a selling point to say, all right, this is your pain point, which means this is what you want. This is what you want badly. So I can give you this to ease that.
I can understand that as well.
So that is what they're saying. I can give you regular football and give you a platform to score a whole lot of goals so that you can make it into the England first.
Right, so yeah, right? I understand that. But I think the final point I will say is that my response to that is this. When I look at the player and I say, if the player makes it to play for England and they can transfer that player, sell that player in the future, it makes more money. They stand to make more money, and the player is more like the transfer fee for the player representing England is higher than if he represented Jamaica currently, right? So I think that's one of the things where I think the Jamaica national team and the persons trying to acquire some of these players to come and play for Jamaica, that's a difficulty that they face. In a lot of the time, some of these managers think that coming to play for Jamaica is a vacation and they're just going to go out here on the beach. But that's
and just to add to this conversation, right? I believe that. Listen, when I see England at a point, like top caliber manager or coach right now if we bring them to the 2026 World Cup, right? So I think Lee Carsley will get the job. I was just looking at my phone to see if it's a case where they're actually trying to force the hand of England in the future. But me that check if Lee Carsley did actually cross paths with Eddie Nketiah at the youth level. You get me as a CC, but based on the timeline, I'm not say where they would have crossed paths. But being that Lee Carsley was in the youth setup, more than likely them familiar with each other. And as I see, Lee Carsley, who was familiar with some of the players that he had at the under 21 level, and bring them into the first team like the Morgan, Gibbs, White, etc. You get me? I say I don't think Eddie was there at that time, but as I said, due to the fact that Lee Carsley has been in the England setup for the youth academies or youth teams, I should say, for a period of time, he's more than likely familiar with Eddie Nketiah. You get me, I say? So maybe that's something as well, because if he does get the job, then he's familiar with enough players from the youth setup where, 23, 24, 25 now, and Eddie is 25. Morgan Gibbs is 23, 24, somewhere around that age gap.
If it's a possibility still and they get him in, then I think he would probably come in for Antonio. And as Gunnar said, I probably want next 2.5 years because the process, for some reason, is a long and strenuous process. So, I mean, we'll see. Further news will develop in the coming days because I think this is an hot button topic and people are going to touch on it. But
so CC, you got the game Friday?
Yeah, man, I got the game next week.
You're not buying a ticket yet?
No, my name buying a ticket yet.
All right, so
you get one free ticket, a bleachers ticket though. I out of pocket and a JFFU money, you see me? So let's see how it. So leave your IG or your WhatsApp number in the chat right here, son. In the studio. We alone are gonna see. So just left it there, so and then after the show we buy it and send it across.
All right.
Yeah, man, big up.
Big up yourself, CC. Yeah.
So that's it. No, man, so the final thing I'm just saying, just go and do the thing. Like, I know a lot of things is going on and everything, but we're still there, we're still a support and everything because at the end of the day, each one build one, you understand? And I think unity is always strength. But big up on yourself.
Yeah, man. CC, respect. We could just drop the link in the comment section again. Take some more.
Yeah, man, guys. So we have one more ticket to give away. Drop the link one more time. We'll click it first. If you want to go to the match, you get it. You see me?
Nigel said Hutchinson's teammate Dilap's father played for Ireland, yet rejected their call for the same under-21 team. Clubs and agents are impactful, as CC states. That's the guy who scored over the weekend against which team? Fulham. I mean, Fulham Ipswich play against. Yeah. Smear said Nketiah is the under-21 top goal scorer for in England history. Oh, so you go. Rice Actian said, greetings, big up yourself, Rice Actian. Errol, she said, I think Coach McClaren doing some serious things behind the scenes in terms of getting a good team together with players who are committed and willing to give their best, because that is the only way. That's true. Nigel said, Gunners, as an English player, the players' value increase. It benefits club and agents. Yes, CC did kind of just touch on that. Sports Dad, big up yourself. Yeah, I could get some more colors in the studio. So the link is in the comment section. Or the link there. See to your people. Yeah, and one more thing as well, people. I just want to say thank you for the continuous support. Can just go ahead, like the video, like the live stream, share the video, subscribe once you're new, or if you're old, or if you unsubscribed before, you can subscribe back. And leave your thoughts in the comment section as well. In the meantime, let me just touch my next topic. So this squad that was selected, right? I could just give a thoughts, our opinion surrounding the recent squad selection for the upcoming 2 games against Cuba and Honduras, I should say, in the Nations League. So as we all know, Coach McClaren selected 23-man squad with the help of what's his name again? Forget his name, man.
Marion Garden.
Enough people say Marion Garden for their JFF, but I'm not advocate for people lose them job. Right now, people don't advocate for lose them job by Eric Ten Hag, man. Big man thing. Trust me. But this is the squad for the upcoming game, or upcoming games against Cuba and Honduras. Let me just look at the comment section quickly. Somebody said Leon Bailey, no, he was including skip pass that quick. Somebody said no, Ronaldo Cephas, that you're the talented Coach McClaren did clear up that, stating that until the youth will just start out in future at his club, seeing that there's some uncertainty at Ankara. Gucci. Somebody said glad to see. I'm not never got people that when me see the man name because nightmare for me. Somebody said, where is Maggie? Enough people advocate for Tariq Magee. What do you think, people? Tariq Magee in the squad? Any update? And Bailey just nobody get injured. And so I got me now.
And them set them dog.
But in terms of the squad, right? I'm just giving a quick breakdown of the squad. So in goal, and 18 players in the squad are from the Copa America squad. So you have Andre Blake, Kanaya Boyce Clark, Jamal Waite, defenders Dexter Mbikisa, Deshaun Bernard, Greg Lee, Damion Lowe, Michael Hector. Does Michael Hector have a club at this moment in time? I'm not thinking so. Richard King, Amari Bell, Joel Latibodier, Ethan Pinnock, Those are the defenders. Midfielders, Casey Palmer, Kaheim Anderson, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, John Russell, and Adrian Reed. And the forwards consist of Shamar Nicholson, Norman Campbell, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, Kaheim Dixon, and Leon Bailey. Now, I can't hear enough people. I'm not going to say me hear enough people are complaining about the squad, but you know, people have some strong opinions surrounding the squad. However, we have a call online, so let me just get this call on. Caller, big up yourself.
Yeah, bless up, Dicanio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Siobhan.
Yeah, man, me, man.
Oh, big up yourself.
The name not sure.
Yeah, man,
sure.
sure, man.
My glasses now are properly, so they show a chance, so I have to just check.
But yeah, actually the right time I called to when you want to talk about the squad. For me, I think the squad is a very strong squad based off what we have available right now. I do believe though that the coach may have gotten some information as to some selection of the players, because I don't think the coach would have seen some of these players selected. But for the most part, I think it is a strong enough squad. I think it's a squad that should be good enough to tackle both Cuba and Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate that we won't have Leon. Extremely unfortunate that we won't have Leon. But I think it's a good squad. I have one question mark for the squad. But
what's that?
One player selection, I would say, based off the players' last game for the national team, I'm not sure how it would have warranted a selection. But maybe maybe the coach saw something in a club game. No, man. No. Another midfield, man.
Who that?
The player played recently for the national team in the U20. Didn't have a great performance.
Oh, yeah, January.
Yeah, I think the better player out of the U20 could have gotten selected, a Brandon Cover, probably a Delano Splat, but I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if the coach had spoken to both players and they may have said something, but I just believe maybe based off that U20 performance, I would have maybe a Mackay Welch would have been a better selection, but maybe the coach is looking at say that youth, he wants to inherit the youth there. So that's the only question mark I would have in the team though.
To be fair team, right?
Yeah.
Let me just say this. To be fair team, he did say it. I got you.
Yeah, the one thing is the coach did mention that really and truly, I know Steve McClaren make the pick there. Right? Because he had one spot left in the team and he obviously has not been here long enough to know the youth players that well. So he delegated to Marion Garden, and he mentioned the fact that Marion Garden mentioned Adrian Reed Jr. So they went to watch the game against Police, where he saw that he had a good performance. I think a 4-love Cavalier did him. So he had a good performance in that game, and that was the game that Steve McClaren watched. But before that, it was Marion Garden that was pushing him. So I guess there's only one real game where Steve McClaren see with him. And he just decided to say, all right, I'm going to trust my assistant coach. He had a brilliant game for the one game when I'm going to go watch him. So I'm just selecting based off that. So
yeah, I understood that. I do understand that, to be honest. But I just think if we're going to reward somebody, I think the player that did perform the best from the U20. But I mean, I'm not complaining. He is a potentially good player. And as everybody is calling it, it's a developmental squad spot. So if that's the case, then I can understand. But I just, for that, if you're area of the pitch where we are weak, I just think anything it probably should have been a Brandon Cover or even a Mackay Welch. That's the only concern I have though.
Because I hear somebody think of Pastor Blake did say that. Or
Hello, here.
Huh?
Hello, you're good
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody said there's so much on no more football I can watch. Like you get me, I say you don't get full cover like all grounds of football. This Brandon Cover guy and Delano Splat, I've heard about them, right? But I haven't had a chance to watch them. How good are these players? Because I always hear people are rave about them and how them should have been at the national team, etc. Like in terms of you look like you're familiar with them, Siobhan. Like how good are these players?
So out of the three players, I would say Brandon Cova is the best one.
And that's the one
I'm
at
not
Fulham,
say-
right?
Yeah, no, Leicester.
Oh, who's at Fulham? Splat?
Fulham is flat. Yes, flat is at
Okay.
Fulham. I'm not going to say that they are any world beaters, but for the position, it's a position that we're lacking, and those players. That's their original position. And Brandon Cova, he played a FA Cup game for Leicester last year. He started. He was actually Leicester. They had a horrible first half, to be honest, but he was their standout player. He was the actual only player playing, and I think he was against a Premier League team as well. I can't remember the team, but he came on. He played exceptionally well. But he got taken off at halftime, where the Leicester coach he put on his more senior players, and that's where Leicester kind of. But the fact that he was able to come into the game and actually have a good performance, that's where persons started calling for Brandon Cova to potentially having a chance to come in, because against a Premier League team, he came in and he did do a good job. So
I think I agree with this. I think I agree with you and also this comment. I think that's a possibility because, as you said, like, yeah, Adrian Reid Jr. is okay at this level, but if there's a better player out there, then that player should be selected based on merit. Yeah, play at a higher quality level, right? A better level or a higher level than what Adrian Reid Jr. is. But again, I just want to tell everybody in the comment section, the coach said it was a American gonna pick. So from you hear that, you know, say you can't really compete with that.
And Adrian Reid is our central defensive midfielder.
What you say?
Which position?
Yeah.
See them in play?
Yeah, he plays CDM, but he
central
also
and
plays
centre back.
centre back as well. He
Let me
can
tell you.
play right back.
You see, me get the talk when people did say like, listen, me get the fact say, listen, if it's a developmental spot for Cuba game and Honduras, then fair enough. But when the real competition forward, if there are players out there better than Adrian Reid, then I want that better player in the team. You get me? I say, but I want JFF or somebody from JFF them say, oh, well, it's a developmental squad, but we have 22 other players. No, you want a strong 23-man squad that if anybody, your bench must be good as your starting 11, or at least close. You get me? I say, so if you have one player will come off in at the starting 11 by injury or whatever the case is, or I'm just tired, you have somebody else. You know, makes sense to go play.
Huh? And you know, say rough to that because when you really made it, even up to Brazil have the quota in a them team, or even Brazil have them spot in a them team.
Yeah, but you can't compare Brazil's talent.
No, it's not no, listen first, dog. It's not about compare. See? Them have this thing in a them league where or in a them national team setup. So 3 players from the league have to get selected, or at least 2, right? Now the point that I'm trying to compare is not comparing Brazil to Jamaica, but it's the point that there are quality players that get left out a whole lot of times because they have to meet that quota. And the reason why them do it is for a specific reason. Them still have to, or them still try to promote what them have within, or put those people on a world stage. So that's a sacrifice at a whole lot of...
But look at this, right? You look at this. The guy with Chelsea just by him never did, I just with him get called up enough to the Brazilian senior men's national team, you know. When I look at Brazil and Argentina and these countries, you will always know talent are in these countries, so scouts will always go there. So Brazil doesn't need to prop up a player on a platform, on the senior men's national team platform to say that, okay, we have talent. No, Brazil not that because everybody knows the talent of Brazil.
We know them now to do it, but guess what? Them still do it. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
But makes this, before Hendrick get him called up for the senior men's national team, everybody did know about Hendrick. And it's not a call up him did get and then everybody know Hendrick.
Look on the way. Look on the brother named Pedro we go World Cup.
All right, hold on the Dicanio. So yeah, I think if you're going to say like that, then I don't think you should be considering it a developmental spot then. Reason being, we can develop a player that's in UK, right? So might as well call it a local spot then. Because if it's developmental, that means get a young player, it doesn't matter where, get the best young player, no matter where it means, carry me in, give him experience with the senior team. Yeah. If the spot is solely for someone residing in Jamaica, then I don't call it a developmental spot.
Yeah,
it's a local spot.
I would say the same. I think there is just a local squad thing. But as I say, there's going to be a slow and steady transition. He was in the last.
The one thing me say, Jamaica the first country when we hear about this developmental spot thing. Me know you about another country play football and for developmental squad. Big man thing, brother. Unless I know one different language, you know, speak, brother.
Even if you're not meds, you have to meds it beat more. You have enough teams. Even Spain do it sometimes.
Like who? Name the player them in the Spain squad where with a class.
When Santi Cazorla ball for when name for Arsenal, him get called up more over some youth, you know. And he was an experienced man. We could have easily go in at that squad.
You can't make blanket statements. You can't make blanket statements.
Generally, bro, there are always teams in any team you can look on. You know, look on this full 26-man squad, you know. You look on around the starting 11. You have when the next set of squad them look for any country, just go and look. You can see one player out there where you can look and point and say, yo, there's an experienced player out there, you know, we could have get a call up over this youth, you know. But because he's young, because there's that quote-unquote developmental spot in the team, they are going to call him over one youth. We done all right in now. And that's the point we made before. Instead of bring one regular experienced player, we don't now get games over the 2 game span. Why not bring a younger player? Why not bring a local player and give them that exposure? That is the
thing. But even Owen said, like, listen, yo, you can't make a blanket statement with Santi Cazorla because we even remember the Spain squad where they get picked 10, 15 years ago when Santi
no,
them
just use that as an example, just as the overall.
Yeah, but the Brazil one was a bad example because injured them, everybody know them. The youth with Chelsea signed, everybody knew him. And I like to say them prop him up in the Brazilian team.
I mentioned Pedro.
Yeah, but Pedro, me know about Pedro before me even get a call up for Brazil.
Pedro was not any world superstar.
I'm not saying he was a world superstar. I'm saying
the point, you can't be some words, person. The point that I made about Pedro, right, was that there were quality players out there were better than Pedro. That was my point. There were way better players out there than Pedro. We are playing in Europe. But because they have a limited amount of players, right, that they can select outside of the country, when it reached the point that the coach would have to make a decision, and Pedro was always going to make that squad because he had that comfort of being in the local, one of the best in the local league.
All right, Dicanio, look at this, right? This is my fear why I say I am kind of not saying against it, but my fear about it, right? We're in a game, we're struggling in the midfield, the coach looks on the bench, and when he looks, he has to turn to Adrian Reed. Adrian Reed, the 2 games that we're going up, it's against Cuba and Honduras. Adrian Reed would have played against Cuba's U20, and we all can agree that he didn't look. Sorry about that. We all can agree that Adrian Reed did not look convincing against either of the 3 teams that we played in the U20. So, to know that he's going to be coming up now against better players, we would assume, from the Cuba senior team and Honduras. So, he would not be in our head. We would have said, hey, what would he be able to bring to the table to show to everybody?
So and more ask a question too, right? Take this off my screen. More ask a question to the viewers. Now, Kaheim Dixon. Rate Kaheim Dixon. Tell this off my screen, please. Rate Kaheim Dixon. But do you guys believe that Kaheim Dixon would have gotten that move to Charlton Athletic if he wasn't in the national team and had that platform? I want to see what people in the comment section say. Because I know the report says, Siobhan, it said I am from him to get called up for the Copa America squad, I believe, or a little bit before that. When him did get called up initially?
Him get called up from earlier this year, from Nations League March.
All right, them did that tracking from then. And them said them see him for the national team, I believe, if me read correctly. We can draw back for the report. You get me, I say? So, me believe if him never have that platform, he would have never go overseas. What do you think about that, Siobhan?
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's true.
Well, he would have go overseas, but he would
I'm not going to say he would go overseas, yeah.
He would get a move in England. You see me? And you need that form, but pull up the squad there and zoom in. Go through Siobhan while him do that. Make your point.
So, the reason why because I know a lot of persons said the same thing to me that, hey, Kaheim Dixon didn't need it, Dujan Whisper didn't need it. But a lot of people say that Whisper played this game. Whisper was selected to the Jamaica side before the Chelsea signing. So Whisper was actually selected before he got signed to Chelsea. No, Chelsea signed him before he was called to Jamaica side. Basically.
Yeah, the pre-signing, the pre-contractual agreement.
So I don't think, because I'm not going to say that it's the national team alone. National team would be a big factor. But for me, I just don't believe if we have a better player for a position, I just think we should select a better player for a position because I don't want to be a situation where we're playing a game, we look a bit weak, and then when you look at the bench, we have to call on somebody that all of us would possibly say that, hey, you did not have a good under 20. So against better players, how would he fear? So I think that's my fear.
Well, let me get some light. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to zoom this in. Go through, person.
No, that's what I'm saying. Against Cuba and Andreas, like, I don't have a problem with it. But when the competition gets serious, like, a World Cup qualifiers, I don't want you but we have a developmental squad. No, you're going into the World Cup qualifiers. Yeah?
But I think that but one more
no, just say
light on this. I just love talk scarcely. I love look on the facts. Right? Now we have Casey Palmer, we have Karen Anderson, we have Bobby Reid that we have seen play central midfield even in the Copa America. Right? We have John Russell and then we have Adrian Reid. That is 4 senior or 4 regulars. We can say we trust in playing the central midfield position. Right? That's 4 of them playing in the central midfield. That would have mean say at least 3 of them would have to get injured for Adrian Reid and get Adrian Reid have to start a game over 2 matches. Plus, on top of that, remember we also have Joel Latibeaudiere that can play in the midfield. And if push for come to shove, he has played here many times, even more than he's played centre back in this Jamaica national team setup. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, Zine, that are in front of Adrian Reid in that central midfield. So again, I don't have a problem in a game against Cuba and Honduras to have him. I prefer to have a young player. Now, the question is he the right young player pick? Or is he the right developmental player pick? Or is he the right local player pick? Whichever way you know to look on it, is he the right pick for that? But I don't agree so it should have get in a Dan Johnson to come instead of an Adrian Reid. In a competition like this where Dan Johnson will go play, it's just like waste the man time. It's a big man that. You see me, I basically have somebody for the future in and around the setup that is hungry and when I have a problem with not playing, if you get what I say.
Well, that's a good point, but I don't think I don't recall anybody saying that they would have. I think the one player that I've seen persons have said they would have recommended for the position was actually Mackay or Brandon Cova or a Splat, a young player, because seeing that it's a developmental spot, persons will say that they would rather use a player that they believe can really contribute if it needs be. But again, it's a good opportunity for the player. Again, I'm kind of disappointed that he's considering playing Manning Cup this year. You know, that kind of puts him to me. I'm a senior player now. I see why you take yourself a gone back a schoolboy football. That's a regression. That's a regression to me.
Yeah,
but
I think you need to do that. To be honest, what's the point? You go get an injury from schoolboy football. You're a regular in a couple of years. You're in the national team frame. Move on. That's what I'm saying.
But I have a question still. Adrian Reid is how old? 17, 18?
17.
Delano Splat and Brandon Cova is how old, Siobhan?
I think they're about 19, 20, basically.
So my question is, how do you think those players would have feel when a national team is being selected and I go here say a man gets selected over here because it's a developmental squad? And me no saying I'm better than a man and I play more professional games than a man. Them things make people feel away in a bad man.
And that means it happens everywhere, and not just Jamaica. And that's the point only that I make to you before. How the other European players them feel when players from and this was the example that I try for me. How the other European players who play at a higher level, who have better stats, or they are way better than a Pedro, where he might be the best in Syria, but he's not the best out of the entire team of those players that are available.
I don't think that's what Pressa is saying. I think Pressa is going to the fact that you hear that the spot is a developmental squad being used to help somebody develop their game, a young player, but then you see that it's somebody else getting chosen. So those players, they would have committed to Jamaica from the previous U20. Ever since that U20, where we went further, we were 1 goal away from qualifying to the Olympics and the U20 World Cup. But those players, or that player has no longer been selected. They selected somebody that's younger in the following U20 competition really struggled. So I think that's where pressure is coming from. Is like where is the advancement of those players? Again, Mackay Welch, he performed well for the U20. He was arguably the best player from the U20, but then we don't see him again. So is it a situation where he's going to get possibly the same treatment as a Kova or as a Splat? Done in the youth program, I would also see him again in the national team. But if him start for Pressan now, we hear say England call him now, we are gonna say the player not committed to Jamaica.
Real.
So those are the things. So you have to look into that. With the player,
Yeah, that's some kind. I mean, and I feel like they kind of give some good examples. I mean, I've seen international countries where them leave out a player for your next plan. People like, oh, why this player get selected? But sometimes it's just politics or just whatever the cases are.
Not the same thing with this for me, because Miran God is involved.
Yeah,
So
politics involved, but those countries, don't. But even Sheffield say when you hear that it's a developmental squad, in those countries you don't hear that this is a developmental squad. When England picks a squad, even if them take a man from like a Crystal Palace and drop him in the English team, like a man might question the selection, but you're not going to say, oh, it's a developmental squad, so that's how we pick the man. You get me? I say, so if you go pick a 23, we're gonna move on. But Stefan, you got the game. You got the game Friday.
Yeah, man, I got a game, man. No, man,
you're not going to take it.
Brother, I'm good, man. I don't want to take it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, bro, that's our. So we'll still have a ticket available. Big up yourself. You have any final thoughts on any other topics? Bailey out. Whatever
it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that Bailey won't be coming. Somehow I hope for some miracle. Some miracle that him still can forward, to be honest. So we can just fix this whole Leon Bailey situation from early. Just hopefully a good game Friday and next week as well, so that we can get a gun. Oh, and I heard you guys saying something like Nation League is not important.
No, we never said that.
No, we never said that.
Yeah, because it is important. Because
we just say these games. Actually went as far as to say for these Nations League game, I don't respect Cuba as a football team. So yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but to be honest, all we would have potentially said at the U20, the one game I would have possibly said we would have win, would have be Cuba, and look what them doing. So again, at this point, I don't believe in writing off anybody. Ball is round, and everybody is improving. Everybody is seeing the same thing that we're saying. There's no America, Mexico, or Canada. So this is our opportunity. So I think everybody else is trying to take. So I don't believe in taking anybody like. So just that the Leon Bailey. Hopefully there can be a miracle where he can still forward, and I'm happy for Kaheim. Hopefully he does get the reception that he deserves at the National Stadium on Friday. It's a big move for him. We know we haven't seen him play as yet, but it's a big move for him regardless. So hopefully he can get that there.
Siobhan, before I go, which club you support?
City. Can I question that, brother? How much time to do that?
All right, then. We go.
Just go
Can't
on.
worry the City people, them, brother.
Brother, and me beat you today. The hell?
No, I'm just saying general.
Let's go on, dog. Let's go on, dog. You know them for the City team right now. Ball. Big up yourself, Siobhan. Make it on next. All right. Nick, why pre?
Well on, bro.
There, dog.
Yeah, man. Pick up yourself, press up. Sorry for your massive loss today, but.
Yo, but fair upon all Liverpool fans, you get me? I say, north, south, east, and west, brother. Anyway, Liverpool fans say bonfire. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man, I just want to talk to you about the Adrian thing, because me did watch the U20 and me not lying up. Me never did impress. Right? And me didn't even go as far as I think it was one of the worst performers on the field, right? So when we see that he's in this Nations League squad, I'm here, say, Moran Gardner, the coach ears, I tell him, say, if you pick this man, my hazard lights will go off. because we all know that Maran Garden is not exactly the most elite when it comes to player selection in our local pool. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it should take a genius to see the under 20 and say, which is the most recent competition that Adrian Reid played in, by the way, and see that he did not have a good tournament. Right? And before I hear that, he played himself against seniors, half of the under 20 teams could ball out most of the JPL teams. So I really don't want to hear if the seniors you're referring to are JPL players. You can't use that metric. You just cannot, right? So if it is a developmental spot, that is foolishness, because no other team, like Pressa said, has a developmental spot. No other team. We need the strongest 23, right? There is no way a man like Brandon Cover or Mackay Wells should be overlooked to put Adrian Reid in the team. That's just nonsense, not on merit. There's no reason for him to be there, right? And then I'm going to even add to something. We all been cussing about Omari Hutchinson picking under 21, right? Over a week. Now, if Mackay Welch or Brandon Cover go represent the England senior team, what do you think people are going to say about those two players? Then probably I'll go cuss, maybe, and call them out and say, oh, you come play for U20, or you come play for under 18 or whatever, and you decide to go represent England instead. Well, guess what? The two of them never get no chance. Right? So it's either we cap these men from early and prevent that type of foolishness from going on, or we're just going to let them go and make England will eventually cap them. And I know it's very low, right? It's a very low chance, very, very low. But as we have seen with this New England coach, right? He's not unwilling to go across the country and pick out players that we are looking for and capping them or picking them to prevent us from getting them, right? So it is our duty to get the players who have passports who are under 20 in the senior team as fast as we can if they are good enough. I can't emphasize that enough. If they are good enough. I'm not saying we should just put man in the team because they come from England or USA. No, if we pick the best players from the diaspora who are young, because at the end of the day, they're going to be Cover and Splat and Welsh and those guys will be needed when 2026 comes around because they're young. And just that,
just to cap in, let me just answer Dre. Like I know, Dre. There are people that call for Maggie and off of the top of my head right now, anybody can replace Liam Bailey. I'm not say replace Liam Bailey, but anybody just can take him spot right now off of the top of my head. I would say maybe Tariq Magee. Off the top of my head right now. Because Norman Campbell don't get selected. You get me? I say? A lot of people did normally call for Norman Campbell.
Yeah, but one next ball out there with Jamaica that's showing Blair Turgott. We are playing him win must be Swedish league him win? Or Swedish Cup. Blair Turgott to the day and the last World Cup qualifiers where the day now.
But back to Balla's point, as me say, yes, you make a good point when you say like when these players go pick the under 21 or under 20 for England, all of us or some of us bash them and say, yo, look how them not play for Jamaica, Ray. But when you have that one spot and call it a developmental spot and that player does not get in over somebody where him better than, then what's the man I go left for do? You get me I say? Because obviously the other players are better than him, excluding that one out of the 23. Or the other 5 players in the midfield or whatever are better than him. Or 4. Except that one, that is a developmental spot. So, as I said, I don't really know about no squad we can have that kind of thing. You see me I say? So, when you look at the Brandon Covers and them people, it's like, God forbid them go play for England or whatever the case is, we have ourselves to blame. And even the whole quota thing as well. That's a next issue, which we did talk about yesterday. Say, listen, the quota thing does not make sense because you're trying to get these players at the ages of 23, 24, 25, right? Which Coach McClaren in the press conference stated that it's a bit harder to get those players at those ages. But you know what could I do, Siobhan? I mean, not Siobhan, Nick, you know what could I do? When these players are at the ages of 16, 17, 18, if we have them for our youth teams at that age, removing the quota, by natural progression at the club level, them becoming better players at the club level and going up into the senior team, etc., etc., that means it's also a natural progression for them at the youth teams for Jamaica. So they move from the under 14, then them say them go like under 17 or under 18, then under 20s, and then they make it to the senior team. You get me? I say instead of like you wait 10 years down the line when them eventually become good, if you then go to the money and say, yo, you know, so once like when them up on the heights of them career, actually want to go play for England. You get me? I say?
Yeah, man, it make total sense. And then Brandon Cove, I'm not sure if Presser, you can probably follow him now because he's at Port Vale on loan with Darren Moore. So, and he started, I think, over this weekend at Port Vale. They're in League 2. So he has moved from Premier League 2 to League 2 team to help get first team minutes and so forth. And he's a really good player. Now. I would actually say out of the three, he's the one that is, I think I'm the most excited to see in the team, right? Because even under Hutchinson, people are ball for this man to come in the team, at least just to make up a spot, right? And he can also play at right back as well. And in fact, that's the position he plays mostly at right now. Right back and right back. And I think today he played as a right wing back for Port Vale today. So he is definitely a player that we need to be looking at really and truly. And he's spoken about his love for Jamaica. He has a Jamaican passport. And like I said, we need to have these younger players who from the diaspora in the senior team. I mean, to cap them, we need to make sure that they stay. Because this is the thing I don't understand. The Coach McClaren, I mean, I don't know if he spoke to those players specifically yet, but he's talking about them wanting the most of the players in that age bracket wanting to play for England, right? But you have to also look at the ones that we have, right? Like, how can you just keep ignoring them? Like you said, you can't just ignore them and then you're going to get up in your feelings when them end up don't picking Jamaica because they're not get a look in. Like what kind of logic is that? That doesn't make no sense. And then they're going to tell me that Adrian Reid is better than them, man. No, brother. No, this is not how. It's not how. We shouldn't be picking a national team like this, bro. The national team is supposed to be picked of the best players who are available. Because like Dicanio, right? You see how you don't want Damion Lowe possibly for 26, right? Yeah, man. So put it this way: if let's say we have a young centre back who is from England and him playing at, let's say, him in the academy of like Liverpool or something like that, right? And him eventually make a move and start playing a little bit more frequently in Liverpool first team, but him still in youth Premier League 2. Let's say by 26 now, Lowe is still playing, but you know, he named Damion Lowe, so you know, see him going one be in the World Cup squad and we make the World Cup. Who would you rather pick? You rather pick Lowe or you rather play the young defender from Liverpool?
Yeah, you don't have to ask me the question.
Okay, but guess what's going to happen? Let's guess what's going to happen.
The support Lowe being picked already, bro.
Well, guess what's going to happen though? That young defender probably will get overlooked and Lowe will make it in as a 35-year-old defender who probably might be back in Jamaica playing at JPL, given his age and everything, right? Because this is what I'm talking about. We cannot be ignoring the young players we have, right? And let's say that young player even have a passport, which is even worse. Let's say him have a Jamaican passport and then still getting overlooked. So this type of thing, right? Can't continue. I'm sure Adrian Reid will be a great player. He will go abroad and he will get the exposure and he will become a good talent, right? But not right now. And based off of what I saw and what many people saw on merit, he should not be in this squad. That is what I am saying. He should be picked on merit.
Yeah, I got a game Friday.
That man not firing, but but me will probably find somebody to give a ticket to still.
Bro. So me link up on IG.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Big up.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So people, that's it surrounding the topic. So I'm just giving a quick rundown. I think that's something I'm gonna add to the show as well. Just a quick recap. So we spoke about Unai Emery confirming Leon Bailey's injury, a hamstring injury, and I stated that the last time Bailey would have sustained a hamstring was back in 2019 with Leverkusen, and he was out for 17 days, so missing 2 games. I also spoke about Kaheim Dixon and the chance that he has to make his debut soon as he trained with the first team before this weekend and the game that Charlton would have played over the weekend in which they lost. So Charlton, they've played 4 games, 1-3, and last one. We also spoke about the squad selection, the 23-man squad selection. I'm happy with the selection, right? And we also spoke about the Eddie Nketiah links to Jamaica, as various publications stated that Steve McClaren wants Eddie Nketiah. But as I said, people contacted someone close to the matter, and they stated that on their list, Eddie Nketiah is not somebody, or he's not a heritage player that they know of who can represent Jamaica, unless this is something new that they don't know about. So let's see what happens in the coming days surrounding the Eddie Nketiah thing. Just want to big up some people. I'm take some more comments still. Before we get to the start of the week, big deal and big up yourself. CC said, what's the pathway for players that play in Jamaica? Will these players ever get good enough to be in the Jamaica team and people don't have an issue with them? I mean, that's a good question. I think the answer lies with the JPL. You know what I'm saying? CC said, that a piss off Ravel. That piss off Ravel. Whisper didn't have a team and get picked over him. Yeah, you know, that they cause a whole lot of controversy. You get me? I say big deal and say fake news. Siobhan Peter, I'm surprised more persons aren't talking about Ian Frey. You know Ian Frey, Dicanio?
Negative.
Starboy says, yo, stop Steve a foreign and Badmore Eagles. Leave Reed alone. Bro, it's youth chance to show his stuff.
It's your perspectives. Hold on then. Perspectives different, you know. Without the man leave a fire, you know. You would have a correct. A dog just step on a break a fire, you know. In my normally every Jamaica match. Based off of me, you know. So yeah, that's good.
But people, once again, before the start of the week, I'm gonna just go ahead. Yeah, once again, people, like up the video, share, subscribe. Think me have 50 likes on my video. I probably can get that up. Can get up the likes for the Dicanio as well. Share the video, people. Subscribe. If you're new to the channel, would appreciate a subscription. If you're old but unsubscribe, would appreciate your subscription again and the continuous support. Big up on yourself, Max City. Big deal and see the continuous support, some respect that I get me. I say, however, let me see what you're with the sports. Him say Ian Fair, right back, right centre back, and CDM, Inter Miami striker.
Yes, hold on.
You know.
No, brother.
Yeah. Oh no. I forgot check him out still. You know, to people, I nearly watch Inter Miami games, you know, but I forgot check it in. But I definitely forgot watch Brandon Cover and Delano Splat because I hear enough people talk about them, but I'm just never find the time of day for watch them type of player there. When I say them type of player, I don't mean like them not good. I just mean I have Manchester United for worry about people, and you see me I say it's like Jano. But anyways, in terms of the start of the week, people. So at the start of the week, the punk of the week yesterday went to. How did you get the punk of the week yesterday?
Boy, let me check it, bro. Punk of the week yesterday went to Aogi. Stinking Chris Kavanagh. Dirty stinking referee boy. That you must see him right now, you see.
He said the man Rob Arsenal. Jono.
Man sabotage my side yesterday, yo. Big idiot boy.
Errol Shields, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Errol Shields. So yes, sir. Punk of the week?
Yeah, bro. Punk of the week was Chris Kavanagh, dog. The man sabotage my team, brother. Give that Clan Rice red card and him no want card the next idiot man them from Brighton side.
Errol Shields said big up the Gunners panel because I like the show. Even though I don't like the name because I United me say.
From day one, Errol said that today like you want to change the name. Put the camera up, take off this. Take off this there for a while, bro.
1 second.
Take off this there for a while. Brother, see it, brother. One gun them. Watch your wrong part. One gun them, brother. One gun them, yo. Till I die. That you know you. The channel name I could never change. You're mad. Was sick in the head.
Alright. So give me a drum roll for the start of the week now.
Yeah, we just pull it up.
And people, the star of the week goes to none other than
Hardy Slot.
Yo, people, hear me I say. Right now, I'm going to face a depression right now because I'm not even I watch the game to the people, but trust me, I never watch it like fully. It's like I just watch it in bits and pieces because the tempo from United never right. And you know, I see Casemiro like a man was selling at the Indian shop like himself, Panini brother or something brother like. You know the man there, like the boss man them over England or work at the corner store brother. So Casemiro look like an immigrant from one of them Pakistan country there. Say, you see me I say, man, well trouble in the midfield get bundled off for the ball easily. I say, yo, You see me? And then you have Kobe Mano, as him get a touch him gone down. You have Marcus Rashford. I don't know Rashford did up on the pitch there. As I say, people, I watch the game in bits and pieces. But John Star, it was a game. The sooner I left the club, people, the better for me still. You see me? I say, sooner the man left the club, the better for me. You see me? So
yeah, guys, the star of the week is none other than Harney Slot.
And as me say, people, I'm not advocate for people lose them job. I am not an advocate for that. You get me? I say, Alpha man crash a truck and him dash out the products. Me just not like for call for people like me get accountability and them thing there. But me personally not go call for a man job. You see me? I say, but Eric Ten Hag people, he must leave the club. This is Manchester United. This is Manchester United people. We deserve better than this as United fans. And Eric Ten Hag will come after a game and say, yo, we've been the better team, or we're second behind Man City over the past 2 years. And I'm like, bro, like, really? You think business ball over look at Carabao Cup and FA Cup when you finish 8th? Like, come on, bro. So, I don't know who the manager will be still. If we sack him, I don't know who the manager will be.
5 hag, 6 hag, 7 hag, 8 hag, 9 hag, 10 hag, Yo, but actually, the star of the week is Harney Slot. I don't know what kind of name that the man them parents give him, brother. Harney Slot. But yeah,
that's not the man.
Brother, the team pronounce Harney Slot, brother. You see me? So the dog forward from which league him forward from? Dutch league? We need to remember. Yeah, Dutch league. Him never have no signings. Him go through the whole window without signings. And the man start off the league with
hold on, Liverpool never make one signing this window.
Brother, the man them no make no sign.
Only
case, brother, last minute. But the whole window them got them to improve the team, brother. You see me? The pronunciation, if you pronounce it the right way, it will sound more like slot than slot.
You know, so pronounce his name sound like slot for you though.
That may I tell you that if you pronounce the man name right, it will sound more like slot than slot. So me I call him Harney Slot. Harney Slot, what I said that. But yeah, man, give him ratings. Obviously, him now go do nothing because them can't just expect to make one signing when Arsenal make 5 signings and City make all 3 signings and them thing there and a progress. You see me? You can't just add one thing to the team until you feel like you have a close the gap. So,
but what if Liverpool win a trophy of Arsenal? What does say about that?
Then we have to give him props and Arteta have to face some sort of backlash because we need a trophy this season.
My question is, if Liverpool win a trophy this season, then you have to call to Arteta get sacked from the club.
I'm not going to say that. But he have to come with some sort of backlash, and if that means him get sacked, I can't defend the man no more.
People, listen to this. I'm telling you right now. Today what you did, the 1st of September. People, if Liverpool Football Club wins a trophy this season, then Dicanio must, at the end of the season, call for Mikel Arteta to get fired from the job.
Right. That now nothing to do with
the man spend how much money and not win a trophy, brother. Come on.
Brother. Yes, and I'm going to just tell you, so there's an expectation for the man win a trophy.
Yeah, but you personally have to call if the man get fired from the job.
No, I'm not have to do nothing. Brother, I'm going to stop making Arsenal stress my head. You know, I have a good life right now. I'm just a calm see and I'm on through. Arsenal can't stress my head like one time, brother. That me and tell you. So, you see me?
But people.
Them don't want to win a league or them don't want to win a trophy. That's a feed them problem. Problem.
Big up on yourself, people. Respect for the continuous support. I'm giving you the big bad outro right now.
It's time to rise up.